fishing. People, when you're in the mood, let's go fishing. Well, it's just me and you. Head on down to the fishing hole. Grab your hat, get your pole. Let's go fishing when you're in the mood.
Canadian sport fishing has been brought to you in part by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Yamaha, Conquer Outdoors. Dickies, quality workwear since 1922. Bait Cloud, bring the fish to you. Easy Docker, docking made easy. You know, I love fishing all 4 seasons, and I actually look forward to winter when it gets really cold up here in Canada. And when you get about 1 to 3 weeks of really cold weather, I'm talking when it goes like minus 20 Celsius and you also have a wind chill factor, that ice starts to build on the lakes. And when you get about 6 inches of ice, it's usually safe to go out on. Now, I tell people that ice isn't just ice. If you have warm weather mixed with cold weather, you can get very unsafe ice. I call it gray ice, where it's a mixture of slush and ice, and that can be dangerous even at 6 inches. Help, Mike, help.
It's about time, man.
Okay, don't lose it. First hit, I saw it on the sonar. Okay, just wait, don't go down. I don't want you to get your armpits wet, okay? Oh. What did you do?
Are you
Mike,
playing the game?
what did you do?
Prank?
This is amazing. You know, we're in like 26 feet of water, and there's a fish that just went down. I'm jigging right here, just underneath the ice, maybe about 5 to 8 feet deep. That one fish went straight down to the bottom. That's one thing about rainbow trout. When you're ice fishing for them, they can be at any depth. All right. It's funny because I was rigging up. My hands are a little cold. Let's see if this guy stays on. You know, the nice thing about this TipNJig ice fishing system, you can be away from the rig. You know what, I'm gonna get that mat over here. I don't want to get my knees wet. And you can watch a fish hit, and you don't have to run because that flag is so sensitive, and then it locks in, so you don't have to worry. You know, I'm kneeling down and I just have jeans on. I didn't wear my rain suit. It's so nice to have this vigorous mat to keep my knees off the ice. It's soft and it's porous, so it's ideal even to have out here on the ice. Oh, it's a nice plump rainbow. Oh man, that water's cold. How am I gonna do this? Rod down on the vigorous mat, and come on, fish. Beautiful. Look at, isn't that a gorgeous rainbow? Look at how plump it is. The gorgeous colors. You can see why they call them rainbows, right? Look at that nice stripe down the side, dark belly. I've got that clear drift egg on there. There. Look, I'm gonna hold it up one more time because we want to release them all. Isn't that pretty? Talk about chilly fun. My hands are frozen. Okay, I'm gonna launch him back in. Won't take long. Nice and easy. We should get a nice tail wave. I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit of energy, and it'll be down. Okay, there you go. You know, when you're gonna go ice fishing, you gotta get at the water below the ice. So you pretty well have to cut a hole. In the old days, I used to use a hatchet, and I'd start off with about a 4-foot diameter hole, and by the time I would go down a foot or two into the ice, it would turn into about a 4-inch actual ice hole where I would be fishing. Then I progressed to an ice spud, which is like a chisel, and it worked fine. And then a manual auger that you just worked by hand, and then of course a gas auger. But today, one of the easiest ways to cut holes is to use an electric-powered auger. And these things are so advanced. They have lithium batteries, they're very quiet, they're fast working, They've got a really strong motor, and what I like is that if you're fishing inside a hut, you can actually cut the hole when you have your hut closed, or even if you're in a wooden hut where you actually have the floor cut out, there's no fumes like gas. Also, there's no spillage like sometimes can happen when you have a gas auger. You know, over the years, I've heard a lot about scents in fishing. And over the last, I'm going to say about 3-4 years, I've been fortunate to work with this company called Bait Cloud. And I'm holding the package right here in my hand. This is actually the trout formula. What's amazing about this Bait Cloud is that it's infused with actual fish scent, fish oil. And when you drop it down into the water, it actually gives off bubbles. It creates a water column. And also, they put this bioflake. It almost looks like fish scales when it's coming off. So if you look at the packaging, it's actually very nice packaging. It's sealed. So I'm just breaking the seal off now. So it keeps everything inside. It's very easy and compact to put in your bag. And I'm just going to take a ball out here, and I'm going to show it to you. Put this down. You can see the actual bioflake in it. This one is brown in color. And if you smell it, it actually smells like a row bag to me. So because I've got my sonar going, I'm going to drop this in the hole, and you'll see how it starts to fizz right away. So as it's falling down, it creates this bubble column. And then when it gets to the bottom, for about 10-11 minutes during ice fishing, it'll actually disperse this cloud. That's why it's called bait cloud. So I'm just going to drop it in the water, and you'll see what I mean. Watch. There it goes. You can see it drop to the bottom. And if you quickly come over here and watch my sonar, you can see the bubbles are starting to come up. On the sonar, you can actually see it falling all the way to the bottom. So what it's going to do is actually cause interference, because this is all the bubbles that are coming up. So it's going to take about 11 minutes for that to clear. But even though I can't see anything, I'm still going to work my little grub that I've got on there, because any fish that comes in is going to be attracted to that scent that's coming off. And if it sees my grub, it'll probably smack it. You can see all the bubbles it is creating. It's like a little aerator. And see these flecks? It looks like fish scales if I was using bait fish. But I love the way it's bubbling. I like your style there, like this. Is that how you handle this big 10-inch?
No, I'm used to a shorter rod, you know, those little bluegill rods.
That's not a lot. I've got a 5-footer you can use over there. Watch the dial, eh? It's not a radio, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
nice and easy. Okay, I'll get wet for you.
You get ready. Well, you have to.
Okay.
Come on, get him.
I'm trying.
Get him.
I'm trying. Yeah. We want to be gentle. Look at what a specimen. It's got that beautiful stripe down the side. You can see why they call them rainbows, eh? Okay, here, you hold them.
Look at the cheese.
And I'm just going to pop the hook out. It should just pop out. Just hook very lightly. Nice ejection right onto the ice. Closed captioning is brought to you by K100. We make water burn. You know, when I was younger and there really weren't ice fishing outfits around, I just used a piece of wood and I cut notches at both ends and I wrapped my line around it. And I would use that to jig with, and I'd also use it on a tip-up setup, and some people still do. The only problem was that when you hook the fish, especially in deep water, you'd have to go hand over hand to pull the line up, and then you'd have these coils of line on the ice. But one of my favorite is to use the TipNJig Total Ice Fishing System. The first thing that I like is that it's very compact. It actually comes in a carry bag that you can use like a knapsack on your back if you're walking into a lake. Secondly, it has everything that you need to set it up as a tip-up, but also to fish as a jigging rod. And the neatest thing is that the handle is designed so that you can interchange rod tips. So there's actually 4 different rod tips that you can use. A light, medium, heavy action, and even a 2-piece 5-foot rod that you can put in. And that rod with that handle actually sits into the base. And it has a very, very good trigger system flag that you set up. And when a fish does take your line, especially if it's a bigger one, and that rod goes down, there's no way that the fish can pull the rod off the tip up. There's an actual locking device. So this is a great system to use when you're ice fishing, whether you're using a tip up or whether you want to jig fish, or maybe one of each, do both. That way you're sure to get some fish.
Come on, yours can't be bigger.
And I didn't let the drag right off.
You know, at least if I got to get my hands wet, you can at least give me the
Okay,
you know.
okay, you take the mat. Okay.
Switch
Here,
this
you
out.
grab it. What, you want me, now I gotta face the wind?
Well, of course.
You know, this is just like fishing with Mike. We have a lot of fun on bait cloud ballers. Hold on, he's not ready yet.
Well, I don't see him yet.
I have
a funny feeling he's a big one.
Okay, Mike,
Okay.
are you psyched?
I'm psyched.
Don't lose it. 2 hands. Get both hands wet. You want to get the full effect. Oh, what a nice male.
Look at how dark this
Gorgeous
fish is.
eh? Beautiful. Yeah, look at the stripe. He's a male, because you can see he's got that kite there.
Yep.
Look at how big his mouth is. Look at what a specimen. Or you can let him go, basically. You know, ice fishing in some ways is no different than open water fishing when it comes to locating fish. Depending on the type of fish that you're going after, you have to really know their habits in the wintertime. For example, panfish like bluegill and crappie will usually stay in shallower water early in the year, and then they'll progress to a little bit deeper water. They'll be around weeds and so on. Trout, on the other hand, will be at all different depths suspended in the water column early in the year, and then as the winter progresses, they'll probably relate more to structure, either structure on bottom, like reef, bars, and shoals, and also long points that go out into the water. It really helps to have a fish finder so you can determine the depth, but covering all the different water depths, especially when it comes to fish like trout, will really increase your odds of locating those fish.
There's that bait cloud coming up, buddy.
Oh,
see
yeah, I can see
the bioflake?
That definitely helps in clear water to attract them.
Oh, of course it does.
You doing okay? You look tired. You're breathing heavy. You want to hand me the rod?
No.
What?
He was there. You gotta wait here. You want the rod? I'm serious.
Okay.
Get him up here.
Fish. Oh, man.
Come on, what are you doing?
I'm getting my sleeve wet. Will you bring him up?
well.
Don't let him go down. Beautiful. What a lovely fish. You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Okay. He's gonna take off. Come on. Goodbye. So you can see here we're in about 8.5 feet of water. The top line is my split shot. The bottom line is my hook with my clear drift egg, my soft bead. So I'm just near the bottom. I'm gonna lift it up a little bit more so that you see how accurate it is. See the line coming up here? And they're both going back down. So what I wanna do is see a mark either above or below. And the fish will appear like a line, a pretty heavy line, depending on the size of the trout. So I find that a good sonar like this is invaluable. This is this Dragonfly 7. It's the Pro. And I love this ice kit because it's got the little battery in the back, very easy to carry around. And you can anticipate a hit before it happens. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw a flash, but then he went for a little run.
Okay, I'm not going to take my gloves off until it's ready. Just take your time, you know. Did you bring a net?
Yep, I brought you. There we go. There we go.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to try if I can just get one hand wet. Look.
Juggling act.
Hold on to the fish. And you know what? It's going to go in the water in just a second. Look at it. So beautiful. You ready to say goodbye, Michael?
See ya.
Didn't take long, eh? One of my favorite fish to get through the ice are trout species, and especially rainbow trout. The only thing is that rainbow trout are native only to North America's northwest coast. But from there, they've been introduced all over the world, including central and eastern Canada. One of my favorite places to go that I haven't been to in years is the Franklin Fishing Club. It's located about an hour from Toronto in southern Ontario. And what I like about the Franklin Club is that you think you're on a wilderness lake. And talk about creature comfort, they have a beautiful clubhouse where people can actually dine there, and even accommodation if some of their guests want to stay overnight and fish for more than one day. If you love to fish and you live in southern Ontario and you're looking for a place where you're pretty well guaranteed success. It's not easy, you may not always catch one after the other. You might have to work for them, but they're always there to be caught. In a beautiful environment that's family and pet friendly, check out the Franklin Fishing Club. It's a really nice place. Fighting like stink. It got like its second wind.
Are you finding them fighting like, I mean, they're biting like a bluegill?
Yeah. Very light. I don't know if it's just the pressure system or what.
It's down there, and I don't think it's a trout. I think it's a brookie.
Oh, I see the white fins. You're right.
You see the white fins?
Okay,
yep.
Come on. Okay. Get it up. Beautiful. Mike, nice brook trout. bonus. We were hoping to get a brookie, right?
Dude,
Look at
you got a brookie.
Isn't that pretty? Look how, look it is gorgeous. That's a female, very healthy fish, gorgeous. I love that red, what a contrast, eh? Nice and gentle. Don't get your hands wet, because they'll get cold. You're doing great, look at you. Such finesse. I like the wave when they go like that. Oh man, I don't have rain pants on. These are my jeans. I fish for rainbow trout through the ice all over. One of the things that I find is that in all those areas, most of the time, they're feeding in the lower part of the water column. And if you're using a fish finder, if you mark one, if you try to raise it up off the bottom, much like other species of fish, you can actually get that fish to become active and strike. The one thing that I try to do is use the smallest hook possible. And if you're fishing at the Franklin Fishing Club, you have to use a single barbless hook only. What? I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch.
You
I gotta
left your
watch how
post.
the pro.
You
how
left
the pro
your
does this.
post, and
Let me move the chair for you.
stuff happens.
Oh man, I just wore. Oh, that's a nice female. I just wore my hands up. Now look, I'm saying, look at that stripe. It's like somebody painted it. Oh, here, it's just in the roof of the mouth. Perfect. Look at what a pretty fish. Oh, don't fall out of my hands. It's not big, but it's so colorful. Isn't that gorgeous? You know, one frustrating thing when you've got all kinds of lures, especially ones with multiple hooks, is that they get stuck together if you put them in a box. See how nice this box is? It's kind of a soft plastic material, and I'll take one of the Rapalas out, this big one here that you can see. But I've got different size Rapala. So here's a Jigging Rapala. If you were to put 3 or 4 of these Rapalas in one of your compartments, because of the treble hook on the bottom and the 2 single hooks, it's very easy for all of them to get caught up. So you go to pick one up and you get a whole bunch of them. So what you do is, the way they've designed this is you actually put the lure in upside down and you push on it. So it's got the plastic that kind of moves from side to side. So you can see the little guys that I've got here. I've even got 2 here. So I just find that this box is really practical, especially when I'm going for trout and for panfish, jumbo perch, love jigging rapalas. This little one here that I have has that clear drift egg on there on the bottom, and I've oversized the hook. So you can see that the egg is that bright, it's that glow chartreuse color, and even the jigging rapala is like that glow yellow color. But there's no problem putting it here upside down and just pushing it down. Even with this box though, you got to be careful because the hooks are so sharp on the Rapala. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready?
You got to give me that.
Okay, hold on. Oh, you're right. Good grab. You can see this Helgi, how limp the tail is, Mike. I know you're big on soft plastics for panfish and stuff, but it looks so real, and that fish inhaled it. People think, when you're fishing like at clubs and stuff, that it's a pushover, that you can just come in and get your...
It's like a slinky.
What are you doing?
It's like a slinky.
Yeah, hold it up higher, will you? You're making me nervous. Yeah, it's like a slinky. That's right. Okay, anyway, people will come, on fishing preserves or even go into like back lakes, and they figured because the fish are stocked, there's no problem catching them, right?
Right.
Guess what? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Yeah, what a pretty rainbow. Okay, you know what? Let's get it back. It's cold out. We want it to go back to its world. One thing that I found from ice fishing is that you can get cold fast if you're not prepared or you're not dressed properly. I usually wear wool socks. I wear really good boots that are insulated pants, the underclothing, and I wear a heavy coat like the one that I've got on now. And I try to wear mitts. I find that gloves, when your fingers are separated, can get cold very easily. And if my hands stay warm, when I do hook up a fish, I literally throw my mitts off and I fish in my bare hands. The other thing that I like to do is have a towel around my waist so that I can wipe my hands on it, because one of the ways to get cold real fast is if you get your hands wet from handling fish, and then you get the wind chill factor on it, the air temperature can really get your hands cold quick. So you like ice fishing then?
I love it.
Me too. Okay, is it getting close?
Well, I could see some flash down there. Okay, here we go. We got the
Hold
head.
on, because I see the leader. Oh, that grub is right in his mouth.
Yep,
You can do it. Be a bear. Be a bear.
Got him.
Okay, perfect.
We got her.
Let's see him. I want to show everybody that grub. This is a fishing complete. It's called a hellgrammite. You know what I did? Can I tell you my little thing? Look what I did.
Did you make a tail?
I split it.
You split it, didn't
So
you? So you got, yeah.
You know? So you want to
It's
just
so
grab
cute,
that?
yeah.
It's so beautiful. Look, you got fooled, you little trout, you. I just got carried away, okay?
I know.
This is so much fun.
I know.
Okay, would you like my towel? Oh, you got
my
your
own.
own towel,
Yeah.
okay.
I found it in the
man.
bag earlier.
Okay, you know what? Coffee break. We're ice fishing. I'm not laying on the snow. And I gotta tell you about these mats. These are the Vigorous mats. And I just started using them for ice fishing. I have them in my boats. I've cleaned fish on them because they're perfect. You see on the bottom of these mats, it's almost like little suction cups. And on the other side, they're these little, I call them nipples. They're like little tips, you know, and they're up about a quarter inch. What's neat about these, they are so cushiony that I even sit on them, you know, when I'm driving. I have them on my car seat, have them on my back. And they're also porous, so you can see right through them. Can you see me there? You know, the trout species are some of the most colorful fish that you can catch in fresh, cold water. I love rainbows because they do have the colors of the rainbows. They usually have a darker back, from an olive green to almost like a steel gray. And then they have anywhere from a light pink to a bright red stripe down the side of their body. Usually a white belly, or sometimes even a little bit of black. But I mostly like the males because they usually have a little kype on the bottom of their jaw, and they'll have a red or very bright orangey cheek patch. So they're beautiful fish to catch.
Come on, Mama.
Hey! I couldn't help seeing what you were doing.
Yeah.
Can you hold it higher over your head?
I'm trying. Will you get it?
I'm trying to just pull it with the spoon.
Yeah, great. Oh, look at those colors.
Wow! Now, did you see it? Because I know you're working
No,
camera.
I was playing. I was spinning it around. I've been having some problems with the little bit of current that we got.
Okay, Mike, it's a beautiful fish, thank you. Look, it even landed right on the Vigorous mat.
He just came off.
We're gonna release it, okay? Did you want to say anything to it? Okay, that's what I thought. That mat is nice. Okay, you ready? I love that tail.
Just
gone.
like
Canadian sport fishing has been brought to you in part by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Yamaha, Conquer Outdoors. Dickies, quality workwear since 1922. Bait Cloud, bring the fish to you. Easy Docker, docking made easy. You know what? I love the action on these rods, eh? They're solid fiberglass. So they're not like the graphite rods that are super sensitive, but they're very durable. Haven't seen it yet. Oh,
I
it's
saw
a
a
darker
flash.
fish. I saw that too. Too bad it's overcast because we can't see down and we've got snow cover. I'm just trying to be cool here. Cool cat. I don't like it when the line snaps like that because it's going along the edge of the ice.
I don't like that.
I don't know if I should let the drag off just a touch in case he wants to run.